Hi, my name is Bo, and I am going to guide you through how to make your own NANODEK with the NANODEK fingerboard build kit. This video is part one, where I will show you what's in your kit and how to glue up your board. So here's our NANODEK kit. And when you first get it, you can take the insert, the middle piece out by pulling just on the bag of the trucks and wheels, and that will remove this inner piece. And we've got a few things in this kit. Everything you're going to need to make your fingerboard minus scissors, those you'll need to provide on your own. So let's go through and see what we've got here. First thing that pops out is this little angled piece of plastic. This is a grind ledge that you can glue onto your box that this came in so that you can have a skate ledge when your board is ready and done. So we'll come to that later. I'll put that in the box for right now. Next, we have our glue. So this is our little Elmer's glue right here. Got another one over here. We have a pack full of fingerboard trucks, wheels, a skate tool, and there is a little screw in there which we're going to use in part two to make the holes in our fingerboard. There's also some colored pencils in our kit for artwork. And finally, we have the mold and board building supplies, which are right here. So we have I have two sets of things going on right here, but I'm going to leave this one assembled for now. And these are the molds I have been using to make my NANODEKs. And these are basically, they kind of fit together. And there's a top and a bottom piece. We're going to call this the bottom. This is the bottom mold, and we're going to call this the top mold. And we have 3 rubber bands. These rubber bands are important. Don't throw these rubber bands away. These are going to be what we use to clamp the molds together when we actually press the board. We've got a template. This is our fingerboard template. We're going to use this to trace out the fingerboard. We have our paper veneers. There are 8 veneers per fingerboard, and we include 2 sets of veneers in each kit, so you can make up to 2 fingerboard decks. We have a little piece of sandpaper, which you'll use to smooth out your board. And so today, we're going to gather all the materials we need for part 1 of our build. So that's going to be the molds. You'll also notice the molds have tape on the surface. Leave that on. That's really important. If we don't have the tape on our mold, our board may get stuck to the mold. So the tape helps us remove the board from the mold later on. We'll need our 3 veneers, our glue, and our, I think I said 3 veneers. These are rubber bands. We need 3 rubber bands, our glue, and 8 of these veneers. And here's a little finished product so you know where we are eventually going with this. I'm gonna put that over there for right now. Another good thing to do before you get started with this is lay down a piece of cardboard, a piece of paper, something that you can get the glue on, because we're going to be gluing. It might get a little messy. We don't want to get glue on any furniture or our clothes, so it might be a good idea to wear an old t-shirt, because glue doesn't really come out of clothes. Even though this is washable, it's not really washable once it dries. Now that I've got everything ready, I'm going to begin the glue up. We're going to mimic the process that actual skateboards are made by for making our NANODEK. So I'm going to lay out all my veneers, and then I'm going to put glue on each one of these, except for the outer surfaces. I'm going to put them in my mold like this. And then I'm going to wrap rubber bands around these. We're going to put a rubber band on both ends and along the middle. Now it's important to work fairly quickly here because the glue is going to want to start to dry as soon as we start applying it. So just twist open your glue. And I'm going to spread glue in sort of like a little zigzag pattern and really try and spread it all the way around each veneer. You could even use your finger if you want to really get it all over. You can wash your hands afterwards, but just be careful not to touch anything if you get glue on your fingers, because again, the glue won't come out if you get it on your clothes. So I'm just going to try and use the nozzle to spread it all around. Make sure you completely cover each veneer. Anywhere you don't get glue, the paper won't stick together. And we call that delamination in skateboarding, when a board splits apart at the veneers. So you can see I'm not applying all too much glue, but I'm really going to try and spread it out as much as possible. And another way I'm going to spread it is once I'm ready for putting my first or the next layer on, I'm going to just kind of spread it around a little bit like that and just really push down. And we're going to repeat that process for all 7 or 8 rather layers. Most real wooden skateboards use 7 layers of maple veneers. You may get some glue squeezing out of the sides of the paper, and that's fine. That's actually a good sign. Again, we don't want to apply too much glue because then the board's going to take a really long time to dry. But we also want to apply enough so that the paper sticks together. It's really about finding the right balance for your fingerboard. Again, remember to spread the glue around with each layer, as that will help get a nice even distribution of the glue in our veneers. Line them up as best as you can as well. Try not to be too disorganized. You can see I'm keeping mine in fairly a straight aligned order. There we go. We have our stack. Now I'm going to put down my bottom mold, press the paper into the mold. I'm not using too much force, just enough to help the paper conform to the mold. And now I'm going to put my top mold on, and I'm going to wrap this with my rubber bands. I'm going to do each rubber band twice around. Now that our board is in the press, I'm going to go once more around with the outer edges. So we have a triple wrap at the end. And you can see we have a pretty nice press going on. And now we just wait. I'm gonna put this somewhere where it's not gonna get stepped on, where maybe if there's any glue coming out the sides, I'll put it on something that I don't mind if it gets glue on it, maybe like a piece of cardboard. You can put it on the inside of your box if you'd like. While we have our glue out, now would also be a good time to get our box ready to skate. So this is of course totally up to you. You can do whatever you want with your box, and we encourage you to experiment with making different types of skate obstacles. But a really simple one you can make is by simply taking your little grind ledge here and gluing it onto the edge of your box right here. So we can use the glue we have in the kit to help glue our rail to the box. So what I'm going to do is just put a thin stream of glue on the inside of our ledge. So you can see there's our glue. And I'm going to stick it onto the edge of our box. And I'm going to need to hold it here for maybe about 30 seconds or so. So I'm just going to have to wait a minute for that. And the glue's not going to fully dry for quite a while, so I recommend that you wait at least a day before subjecting this to any sort of usage with your fingerboard, which is nice that we're doing it on the first day because we don't have a fingerboard yet anyways to use on the ledge. So that way when we have our fingerboard ready, we can skate the box right away. Once you've held it for about 30 seconds, you're going to take this and let it dry, again, somewhere safe where it's not going to get knocked or bent or nothing potentially very bad is going to happen to it. So find a safe spot for this with your fingerboard mold, and that's it for part one. So in the next video, we'll show you how you're going to take a pressed fingerboard, a pressed NANODEK, and cut out your shape and put together that board.